And why did you give it to the trigger man? Why did you give it to the person who actually destroyed government documents?
He also got immunity. What's up with that?
Well, it depends on what kind of immunity he got, Martha. There are two kinds of immunity. There's use immunity and there's transactional immunity. And if the FBI and the Department of Justice gave this witness transactional immunity, it is tantamount to giving the trigger man immunity in a robbery case. And why did you give it to the trigger man? Why did you give it to the person who actually destroyed government documents? I was stunned when I read the New York Times article last night. And by the way, the same reporter who broke the article last night is the guy who broke the initial email story. So I'm inclined to believe it unless there's evidence to the contrary. But it looks like they gave immunity to the very person you would most want to prosecute, which is the person who destroyed official public records after there was a subpoena and after there was a preservation order.
Yeah, so I mean, this is the Flat River Network's individual who claims that who told the FBI in February when they spoke to him that he didn't recall deleting anything. Then in May, he comes back, and we have a timeline we can put up on the screen on this. In May, he says, oh, yeah, I did delete them. I did delete them. He says, in fact, I was told in 2014 that I should delete a whole bunch of stuff off of the server, the Clinton server, that we had, residency of, so to speak, and I forgot to do it. So then I went back and I deleted it all, and oops, it turns out that when I did delete it all, that was after there was a subpoena to retain everything. Is that your understanding?
Yeah, the devil's in the chronology. You're exactly right. Keep in mind, the story broke about her email, and then there was a preservation order, and then there was a subpoena, and then there was her press conference, which has been thoroughly and totally debunked. All of it was demonstrably false. And then there's a conference call between David Kendall, Cheryl Mills, and Flat River. And then emails that have been in existence for 5 years, emails that he's known about at least since December of 2014, he decides to delete. Sui sponte, just all on his own. And that defies logic why some techie in Colorado would, despite a subpoena, despite a preservation order, but after a conference call with David Kendall and Cheryl Mills, decide on his own that he is going to destroy public records. And then you grant this person immunity, which means perhaps that he cannot be prosecuted. The Comey's already said he's not going to prosecute anybody. We need to ask the FBI, what kind of immunity did you give? And why did you give it to the trigger man? Why did you give it to the person who actually destroyed?